water signs. This is going to be your elemental water reading for April 2022. This will be for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I will be doing a 9-card spread for you today because over on the website, I have done the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction by sign. So each individual sign has a reading based upon the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction. So since I did that over there, I'm going to give you guys a short 9-card reading today. I hope everyone is well. I've been extremely busy, and it won't be ending until May. So with that being said, I've already done some meditation and shuffling for the water signs. Now, I just heard somebody say, well, what about the other? I'm going to be doing the other elemental readings as well. And if this reading doesn't resonate with you as a moon or rising sign, please check the other elementals, that relate to your moon and rising sign. I don't even know if that made any sense. Okay, so I have with me the Radiant White deck. I have with me La Vera Sibila. And today we will be wrapping up this reading with a Golden Nostradamus Oracle card, okay? I can't believe we're already in the middle of April. So let me go ahead and turn the camera around and get my sticky notes. Sticky notes everywhere. I have them everywhere. So let me turn my camera around and we'll just go ahead and get to the reading, okay? My mom is on her way down from Washington State. We're trying to get things ready for the graduation, trying to make preparations. I don't even know what's happening. Let me see if I can lift that just a tad bit. There we go. All right. So, well, we'll turn him around. Here we go. 9 cards down. The moon, well, that represents all of you water signs because you have a connection with the moon. Page of Swords. Oh wow. Ace of Cups. Well, now Knight of Cups. 2 of Cups. Wow. Knight of Pentacles. Well, now, oh well, the Death card has come out. The 5 of Swords has come out. Wow. And then the Page of Pentacles. Isn't that something? Wow. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 court cards. So this tells me that either there are lots of people involved in this, at least, okay, more than these 2 in the center. But there's a lot of communication here. And I know that's kind of weird for me to say that because there's not a lot of swords. There's only 2 swords here. But the pages and the knights for me just represent simply news, messages, information. The pages are kind of tentative first step communications. The knights are a little bit more fleshed out in terms of the information, but also the knights represent events. Okay, so if there's been a situation that's kind of stagnant or whatever, they represent movement, something moving, something happening. I have 2 major arcanas, 2 swords, 2 pages, 2 knights. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cups and a pentacle. Now, I could say, looking at the number of cups, that this might be a romantic issue. However, I think that just making the cups about love is rather short-sighted. So for me, the cups represent the emotion surrounding a situation. What types of emotions will you be experiencing? How are you going to be feeling? That type of thing. So whatever this thing is, there's a lot of emotion involved in it. And yes, it may, have something to do with romance. Okay. Most definitely we have this full moon that is, and let me see what's over the It's about a marriage, I think. Some kind of contractual issue, some kind of negotiation. Let me see when the full moon is coming up here. Let's see. We have the full moon on the 18th. Well, that was just last month, right? So because it's sitting in this, last week, couple of weeks ago, I don't know, I'm so confused. So this could be the timing. So around the full moon, the 18th of March, all the way out to the 16th of April, the Libra full moon, okay? And so for some of you, this may have started on around the 18th of March. For others of you, this could be something coming up into April around the 17th or 18th, whatever date I just said. And the reason why I say that is because full moons tend to hide things, so this may not have occurred for you just yet, but something is in the works, and it is something that I don't think you have all of the information to, okay? And so I always caution that if there's decisions that need to be made around the full moon, please wait until at least a span of 6 days, a week, 3 days before the full moon to 3 days after the full moon, because there are heightened emotions. All right. Now, first off the bat, 2 pages can mean a short-term illness, so something like a cold, but that's not what I'm picking up here. This is definitely some kind of, I'm going to say, online communication here with this. So maybe this is an email, maybe you've been on a dating app, you're meeting people through the dating app and looking for the possibility of, if not love, at least a connection, something that gives you emotional freshness and a renewal. And I say that indeed some of you do get that potential, someone coming through, but I always caution whenever I see the Knight of Cups, because the Knight of Cups is a tentative energy. This can be somebody who's extremely romantic, can be very Neptunian, soft, artistic, romantic, says all of the right things. But if you'll notice, that horse is in mid-stride and he has not crossed that stream of water. And the land all around him is rather barren. So this can be a fickle individual. Someone who can promise you the moon and the stars, but just never quite does deliver. I do feel for some of you that you do partner up with this person. But now comes the idea of moving along with it, right? It is the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck. He is not only about finances, he brings good news and messages, things you've been waiting on for a long, long time. But he's also about the doing of things. And as you can see, his horse is standing stock still. So while this guy is very, very slow, okay, it portends something either to be done, okay, something that needs doing, something that will be coming up that you'll have to do. But then we see the Death card come. And the Death card changes everything. It brings literally to a halt any plans that you've had, any ideas you've had, any relationships that you wanted to explore a little bit further. I just think for some of you it happens quite quickly here. For others of you, what you don't know is that whatever plans or whatever things that you're trying to bring into fruition or into the material plane you're trying to manifest don't happen. For others of you, there could be this idea of this fresh start, but look, we see that somebody's cooling their heels. It goes from a knight down to a page. So it's almost as though the attraction wanes, okay? And then right down the center here, we see this fight and this argument. To me, this feels like an opportunity to kind of say, oh, no hard feelings, or, I didn't mean for it to go that way, or whatever the case may be. But I don't necessarily feel as though anything kind of comes of this. But that's not bad news, because if I look at this future row here, it tells me that you do get an opportunity to either join forces again with someone, meet someone new, find a better partner. This is really what I'm getting, particularly here with the Hierophant card. The Hierophant card is about negotiations, can be about sales, contractual issues. One of the old meanings is a marriage, but this card is really about the values, right? It is about finding that right partnership, what Venus is all about, that Libra full moon, what right relationships are all about, based upon the same values and respect and love and care and compassion. Okay? So, this could be this idea that you meet someone who kind of knocks your socks off, but then it fizzles out for some reason. But that doesn't mean it's the end all to be all, because what that says is that person is really not the person who's supposed to be in your life, regardless of how attractive they are, regardless of how they made you feel. You can feel again that way, only this time you may find somebody who actually is going to appreciate you. Now, the two Knights in a reading says that you doubt the word or the sincerity of a male friend. Well, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this might even be a third party issue, some third party coming in, okay, to a already existing relationship, partnership, or marriage, and kind of throwing things out of whack here. So since I can't look, see the three people there? And maybe this is about you having a choice between two different types of men or partners. One dreamy and romantic, the other one practical and down to earth. Okay? It could be as simple as that. But that something occurs, and whenever this card shows up for me, I'm doing a reading, this represents you. That you may have won this battle by saying, this could be the stand up for yourself in a dispute, or don't allow people to take advantage of you, and you're just like, oh no, that doesn't work for me, and y'all need to both get on someplace. Okay? You see, they're both walking away, they've given up. And that is why I say, there's going to be another opportunity coming, a new message, a new possibility, something I think that comes kind of out of the blue is not the right word, but yeah, out of the blue. So since I can't look at all of these court cards here, look at what that leaves me. It leaves me the Ace, the 2, the 5 against the Moon, and the Death card. So let me take a look at this for you. I finally got my other book. I don't even know what I'm doing. I finally got my other book. I had to put it in something smaller. So, let's take a look here. I'm going to take a look first at this this Moon card. I do just feel that this is a, what do you call it? A timing issue is what I think this is. Where's my Moon card? I don't even know. The Sun. What number is it? I don't even know. Y'all, I am so busy. I don't know if I'm coming or going. So basically the card is asking you to use and rely upon your intuition, and do not allow yourself to be deceived by apparent security, as things may not be as they seem. It tells you that at some point it will be necessary for you to face up to the situation and accept it for what it is in order to make any changes. It is time to face reality, as you and or others may be living in a fantasy world. And there is less chance of self-deception if you are in peak health, and you are more likely to be mentally alert. Self-pity is destructive and self-defeating, so avoid this non-productive emotion. The card inspires you to be true to yourself. If you have any concerns, now is the time to let them know how you feel and where you stand. Now, I find it interesting that this is occurring. We're talking about the start of this Jupiter-Neptune conjunction because there's a lot of Neptunian energy here. A lot of soft, what do you call it? Soft, fuzzy kind of energy happening in this spread. Okay? Now, I just wanted to give you that, but this is a timing for me. So either on the 18th of March or the 17th or 18th, whatever date I gave you for the full moon in April. So let's see if we can find any extra information about these cards showing up next to now. If this is not necessarily a romantic issue, then this is really some type of, like I said, it could be even a business situation. Okay? The Two of Cups is not always about romantic love. It's really about finding the right partner. Okay? And that can be in any situation. I don't see anything here about the Ace of Cups. So let me move to the Two of Cups. Nothing about the Two of Cups. And then the Five of Swords. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Sibyllus. Nothing about the Five of Swords. But it's an indication of a permanent breakup, of a partnership, a relationship of some kind due to the choices made by another. It may be telling of the breakup or severance of an important relationship or partnership and indicates the abrupt parting of ways. That's it. Okay? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the Sibyllus. You know, I just kind of feel that there's some news that comes in that kind of throws everything off. And maybe this is, I'm going to try to stay in for the long haul, but as we can see, because, and where the Death card sits, past, present, future, interplay of the cards, it is the first card down on the past row, but the first card out on the future, I'm sorry, the last card down on the future past column. First card out on the future row. So this card anchors everything. Okay? It anchors everything. And we can see with the interplay, the cross interplay of the cards here, what is happening. And the only thing that I see that except, see, these are all the aces of cups. He's holding an ace. He's holding an ace. These two people each got their own ace in their hand, their own cups. Okay? So, again, it's almost like this says the possibility is there. There's some activity happening, but then it kind of wanes. And so let me just go to, let me take a look at this Knight of Cups here. And again, this could be a third party coming into your already existing relationship. Okay? And you want to be careful about that. It may be attractive and fun and all of that, but you know, you're found out, there are consequences. And so the question becomes, I'm not saying if the person, you don't feel more comfortable with that person, but you know, right relationships, do it right. You know, you have less hassle that way. Desperate jealousy. The Fidelta. And the L'Amica. Well, quite interesting. I have two depictions of a friend here. This is about someone that you can trust and depend on. That's what the dog is. The dog is a dependable, who loves you no matter what, but can also be a guide showing you something. And so maybe this message comes from either a female friend, but it is this desperate jealousy here that kind of, I don't know, just doesn't kind of sit right. So let's take a look at the desperate jealousy. Oh, what number is he? I think he's this 8. It indicates not seeing beyond the present moment, or even being stuck in the past and unable to resolve a problem without finding the necessary inner resources to pull through. It can also indicate substance abuse. Remember, I'm talking about that Neptunian energy. It could be somebody with substance abuse issues, clouding their judgment. It also warns of a toxic environment and toxic people around you. Even though you may think everything is nice and hunky-dory, it turns out to be false, revealing that those nice people have been deeply envious and have been scheming behind your back to cause you ruin. In love, it indicates extreme jealousy, envy, and possessiveness. Financially, it can indicate heavy losses that can lead you to suicide, heavy debt, insolvency, overspending, trouble with the law. What it says basically is that you may be about to trust someone who will ultimately lead you to their ruin. The card heralds scandals, slander, gossip, and backstabbing. Now, this card warns that there is danger coming from a circle of either your friends or acquaintances, and we see her here. Someone you thought you could trust. And it could be that this person is actually watching out for you. So what we're going to do is, I don't know, you may have found out about something, had to cut ties with that person, or you will be cutting ties with that person. Maybe she came into your relationship in some way when she should not have. I'm going to take a look at the death card. Is explanatory. Okay, it's just, I'm going to take a look at this Page of Cups, because this is our outgoing energy here. Now, if this is a case where you met somebody new, they've got somebody else, just want you to know that. The Donna Maritata, the Dinari, wow, and the Precious Presents. That's quite the trio of cards. And remember when I was telling you that no matter how the situation turns out, it's almost as though the cards are saying it's not the end all to be all. Here we have ostensibly some kind of message or offer, okay, news surrounding this Donna Maritata. Now, this is the married woman, but she doesn't always have to be married. She typically represents the Queen of Coins. She doesn't have to have children, but she represents someone who is trustworthy and kind and of good character. She might also be somewhat wealthy, okay? And this offer, this precious presents, can be even the gift of advice. So I'm just kind of a bit, you know, if this is you and you are trying to break up a relationship, you will not be successful. This is what this is telling me. But the thing is that you will be free to find somebody of your own, if that makes any sense. Okay? So, let's formulate your question for the Golden Nostradamus card. That's quite a dynamic spread. And this, I think, is something that may be coming to light for someone, or at least the recognition that whatever plans it is that they think they had or what was going to happen is not going to happen the way they dream it would. It is the snake. Oh, Nostradamus, Nostradamus. How I love you. Number 4. Even the ox, healthy and hale, at the bite of a snake may fall and flail. This card warns of an impending pitfall, slander, or a trap that is about to spring. Take care not to be, with your shortcomings, the one to poison your own life. That's what I have for you, water signs, for April 2022. I hope this message helps. And until next time, be well, stay safe, and namaste. And make sure you sign up for my newsletter, because I'm going to be putting one out here within the next 24 hours. Bye.